same band.
I'm in a band called Metronomy and I'm Joey.
So I wondered, maybe you can tell us how that sort of evolved and how you turned from a one-man band, so to speak, into...
It was just, I kind of just started making music when I was young on a computer, and
because you all know each other for like a really long time, yeah?
We're cousins.
Okay.
And we're brothers from different mothers.
But and like I was just doing it as a kind of hobby, and then people got interested, and then the first record came out, and wanted to get a band together to start playing live, and I'm kind of lazy, so I just went for the people I know. Oscar owed me some money, so yeah, and then from then it's just kind of ended up big, like the live side of stuff ended up taking much more. There's like a big gap with record label problems and stuff like that, so we ended up just being a kind of touring band for a while. So like now it's, you know, it's much more of a nice unit.
In a quote somewhere, correct me if I'm wrong, that it's actually the music industry's fault that young kids and people download stuff because record companies don't put more than 2 good songs in an album. And if they would make better albums, people would buy more albums.
I think it's part of that. I think it's like, it's obviously not quite as simple as that, but I think it's a big part of it. I think, you know, I think the way that quite a lot of the way that you see record labels behave is they're always on the back foot, and they're never kind of, they're always reacting to the public kind of thing, whereas in fact they're kind of controlling what they have been, like, you know, they've been the ones selling the music. And I think it's kind of, they could have perhaps done more to stop themselves getting into the situation where they feel like, oh god, everything's going terrible, we're not selling any records.
How would they have done that? And sort of
just well, probably by like not spending so much money on bad acts. It's just like the soundtrack to a bit of a strange weekend or something. There are lots of girls and cars involved.
Girls like, and cars?
Yeah. It's like every weekend we have.
Oh really?
Vans, well, yeah. Split vans.
Yeah, do you have a lot of groupies in that sense? Come on.
Actually, no, we don't have anything like that.
Not at all?
No.
Nobody knocking on your door?
What would you call a groupie? What would a groupie do?
Would be a girl that sort of stands in front of the door here at a ridiculous time to enter your room. That would, to me, would be a groupie.
Yeah, definitely none of those.
No?
Are there any outside?
Are there any now? I don't see any.
What I took from the album is that you use a lot of sort of, to me, really interesting sounds on your track. Like the first track of the album, Nights Out. To me, when I heard it for the first time, it was like, it sounded like a ship, like a big ship sort of passing by. That's what it felt like. And then in Heartbreaker, you have this noise or sound like a door, or is it a... Is it a door? I don't know.
It is a door, it is.
But how do you come up with sounds like that? Maybe you can tell us.
I don't know. It's not. Well, I know.
But I'm sure you haven't.
It's been asked before, so I know Joe's answer. But in Heartbreaker, I think Joe was trying to make like the little sort of old hip hop, like hey, ooh.
No, it's the woo. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. That way.
Yeah.
Oh, that way.
Like it takes two to make a thing, alright.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be like. And actually, this is the thing.
But the door just worked better.
Yeah, so I just tried over and over again to record it, but it
But it was a door indeed, because I was really thinking, is it a door or not?
It is
but
a door.
It is a door.
Isn't it a door in the house that you two used to live in?
It's our old house in Brighton.
It's a really old house. Are you influenced by the 80s the most, or is that to you the most? Was that a time where music was influenced the most, or do you say you're totally wrong and it's differ like that?
I don't know. I would say that probably the 80s was just a time when we were all incredibly young.
Yeah.
Like, you know, under 10. So it's like the influences that might come through musically, I would say more just because it was surrounding us and if things might have filtered through. I don't think anything was like a conscious. I don't think any of us would sit down and say, right, we want to make something that sounds like 1987 and we're going to dress like, you know, in big shoulder pads and jackets pulled up to our shoulders and things. It's just like, I guess maybe if you look back on it, the best thing that came out of the 80s or maybe the early 80s was like a little spirit of adventure slightly in music with new technology. And I guess that's something that we're trying to do. Made up for it because we played at the Parody, so again I think with Claxons, and we went to a very interesting bar.
Where did you go?
Oh, the surprise bar.
Have you ever heard of a surprise bar?
No. That is so funny. Can you please say that again? You went to the surprise bar.
It was such a surprise, let me tell you. Let me tell you. We were walking
We
around.
weren't expecting it to be. We knew what we were walking in. Like, we knew where we were. We knew we weren't in the kind of nice, cool area.
We were just walking. We were with Jamie from the Claxons, and we just looked at people, and we were like,
There's a few seats.
"Let's go in and have a beer." And little did we know.